Now we see Zayn, he's taking his things, packing his things, putting it into a box. And she's like, what? Are you leaving? What's going on? Where are you going to? So look, he needs a break. He needs to take some time off. He needs to clear his brain. That's what he needs to do. And I said, oh, you're taking a break away from me? He said, yes, away from you. We've been fighting. She can't even imagine it. What is going on in the mind of this guy? And he said, look, my darling, I cannot take this anymore. We've been fighting, and it's not okay. It's not healthy for this relationship. He feels that a few days apart will help them to at least acclimatize and arrange, and then they'll come back together again. And she's like, what? No, you can't leave. You can't leave. What will people say? Can you see again? Can you see again? She's talking about what will people say when they find out about this. It's not good for our brand as a couple. He said, look, brand as a couple? He said, yes. Can't you just get yourself? Everything is about the branding. Everything's about the money. Everything's about the social media. No, I don't want to play this game. Are you even thinking about our relationship in real life? Are you even considering our love in real life? He said, well, yes. He said, okay, prove it. Prove it. And she said, what do you mean by that? She said, okay, can you take off 1 month? 1 month of social media and focus on their relationship? He's posed the question. He knows the answer. And then he asked her, can you do that? Can you do that? And she looked at him, dropping her jaw and says, but you know that I can't do that. And of course he said, oh yes, I know. I knew it. Let me just be on my way. I knew you can't take that break. I knew you can't take that break. I knew it. You definitely cannot take that break. She said, but don't you understand? We're going to lose a lot. A lot will be lost. We're going to lose followers. We are going to lose followers. Oh my God. People are going to run away. They won't understand what's going on. We're going to lose money. We're going to lose business deals. That's all she is thinking about. That's all she's thinking about. She's not even thinking about Zayn. Zayn had it up to here. And all he just said, well, I have to go. She now said, no, you can't go. I can't allow you go. You can't leave. You can't leave. He now said, look, don't allow me to do what you will not be happy about. She said, no, you're not going anywhere. She barked at him. And the guy said, look, I'm not going to inform you one more time. I'm not going to warn you again. Leave the road and let me go. She said, no, I would not do that. Before we he took her and threw her on the bed. Oh my God. And he left. And when she tried to get up again, she ran after him and said, no, where did you go into? Screaming and making noise after him. And he will not listen. She tried to grab his bag again and said, look, stop this girl. She then said, are you cheating on me? Are you seeing somebody else? Is that why you're treating me like trash? He looked at her like, oh my God, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand all of this. It's all about not understanding and both of them. Can two people work together except they be agreed? This is the beginning of the end of this relationship. I tell you, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. She's asking him and he's not answering him. He said, look, I don't have time. She grabbed the bag again. I said, look, do you want the neighbors to hear us making noise? Or do you want our pictures to be all over social media? Fighting? Is that what you want? So you better calm down. You better calm down and allow me to go. She didn't know what to say again because image matters to her. She doesn't want anybody taking their pictures of their fighting. It could even be Zayn taking the pictures. I said, look, people, we are not what you think we are. So she knew that anything could happen. She had to calm down and watched him go. And after that, she just started raining abuses on him, that she hates him, that he's rubbish and all of that. What nonsense. Can you see the way that this has degraded? It has gone so low. It has become so low level. That's the point. There is nothing else in here. Now she's having her makeup done by Camilla. And Camilla is asking, where's Zayn? Where's Zayn? And she said, oh, this is the middle of the day. Come on, he's at work. Why are you asking that? But she said, but isn't it supposed to be part of this, photo shoot? He said, no. She said, no, it's just her. And I said, well, of course, no problem. And I said, but are you sure everything's okay? She said, everything is fine. We're good. And I said, are you sure? He said, would you rather want something to be wrong? Everything is fine. Let's keep on going. Are you not done with the makeup? He said, oh, you just kept on touching her makeup. I said, what's going on? Why are you asking me all these questions? Please just do your makeup and let's get on with it. As they kept on saying, but no, I love you guys. You're my favorite. You're my inspiration. She kept on touching her up and said, are you sure everything is fine? I said, look, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Are you not done with the makeup? She's been cranky, making noise and just irritable. And then all of a sudden, she said, is the cameraman outside? Is the photographer outside? I said, yes, the photographer is outside. She now got up and now left. And of course, you can see the face of the assistant. She's like, there they go again. And Camila looked at her and said, is everything all right? Something is clearly wrong about this. Is everything going right? Is everything going, what's going on here? She now said, well, I don't know, but it looks like something happened overnight, in the night, before this morning. She now said, look, remember that I got you this job to give me all the information. So you better tell me everything. I want to know step by step what is happening. And she said, yes, I will tell you. I know why you got me this job. Can you see that this girl is actually an informant for Camila? This is going to be another developing story. This girl already is, I can see envy in her. She's trying to find out what is going on between her and Zayn. So probably she can use it against her. Here we see Zayn taking a good look at the social media page of Harriet, the stylist, and was wondering that she doesn't even have a single picture of hers there. And he's busy wondering. As he was wondering, we see Lady Jess come inside. And he now went back to his face and was looking at what he was doing. And then she now said, look, it's about time that they need to have a video together. They need to go live together. And because it's important, he now said, look, he's doing some work stuff, right? And he needs to focus. And she said, well, this is also work stuff. We need to do this. You know, she's so particular about their brand as a couple and what people are going to say and all of that. Oh, he now said, okay, let's do it. But in 10 minutes, okay? Because you see, the thing is, she has gotten herself so obsessed with putting everything about her life out there. It has become like an opium, and that she cannot stop. An addiction that she's gotten into, and until she does it, she can be all right. Now he said, okay, I'll be here. Just give me 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes of my time will be devoted to this, right? And she said, okay, well, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. No problem. I'm waiting for you. She leaves off. And then the guy was like, oh my God, not again. We need to go into this again. Right now, he's already fed up of putting his life out there. But you see, the thing is, let's take a good look at it. You started like this. You wanted the glitz and glamour. You wanted the upliftment that the social media presence will give yourself, your business and everything. But now you're trying to retract your steps when you've gotten to the peak. Well, I think there was a need for both of them to sit and, they had a discussion, but it was like, no, we've gotten to a point where we can't stop. So this is looking like a trap. Not looking like it is a trap, but, well, he says, well, let him just do what he can to satisfy her. And he just continued, and then they're back together right in front of their fans, showing themselves as a couple that the people love. And of course, he's here saying, and said, oh, guess who's here? Guess who has come out of his hiding? Zayn. And of course, Zayn has to play along. He now said, okay, people, I'm back. I'm so busy. I had to be away. I'm so busy, but I'm back. Don't worry. You'll see more of me. Then that was how she took it out of his mouth and said, yes, he's been so busy planning for our wedding. And the guy looked at her like, what? What are you saying here? I'm sure their followers would have seen the change in his face. He just had to continue to play act. He said, oh, I'm super blessed. I have a loving boo. Oh my God, I'm so lovely. I'm so happy to have him. She would give him a kiss while they were there. Just pretended. And of course, he too had to play act. Did he have a choice? And all of a sudden, he just got up and moved to the side. She saw the change in the room, and she had to quickly tell her people that, okay, guys, I'll see you later. It was so abrupt. It wasn't, but the people will notice the change in the atmosphere, because you cannot hide, smoke. In fact, there's no smoke without fire. You can try, you can camouflage, you can try to hide it, but it will surely leak. And this is the beginning of the leaking out, because they're already talking that where is Zane? He's not posting, he's not putting things up about their engagement. And she had to quickly say bye-bye. And she said bye-bye. She got up and the guy said, what? What is all of that? She said, what is that? She said, look, how can our things about marriage now be content again? What is this thing about preparing for marriage? What? Why would you say that online? The guy is so shocked. How can you just begin to blurt out stuff? He's not saying, but that's just a talk. It was just a talk. She was just giving that. She said, no. When has planning for their marriage become content? And when have they even started planning for their wedding? She just proposed to her just a couple of days ago, and now she's talking about marriage. In fact, the guy is already up to here. Like, no, this is it. He is not going to take this nonsense from her. And she was like, what is all of this again? Why are you now behaving holier than thou that we don't do these things? And that's the fact. Until he got this realization that everything doesn't have to be on social media. They're always doing this. It was just like normal. But right now, he's retracing his steps, but she doesn't want to retrace her steps. So it's become like a checkmate. Yes, it's become like a stalemate. And she's looking at him like, what is all this? She said, look, but right now, he doesn't want all of that information online. When did they start talking about marriage? So everything now has become content. She said, but look, we need to do this. We need to share this for our followers. And she was like, no. Oh, he said, look, just please. I don't want to listen to all of this, because he's trying to let her know, I don't want this, shenanigan, childish couple thing online. I want to focus on my brand. That's what he wants. But that's not what she wants, because she has built a joint page with him. That's the problem. She can't just be going solo when they both of them have this page, and maybe it's Jess and Zane, and now she's only playing the Jess game. She needs to get him to come along, except they publicly announce that right now it's a solo page. So she's like, I don't want to hear this again. She just walked out on him and left, and the guy's like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Yes, you didn't think before you got yourself into this. Now they're at the dinner table. And as they were at the dinner table, she was announcing to him that, guy, see what? We've got a big one, a big fish on our hand. Giant energy. Is it energy giant or whatever? Has decided to work with them. Yes, it's a big one. He now said, what? The sex enhancement company? So tell them, no, I'm not interested. But that's not all they do. I mean, he said, look, I'm not interested, but are you not just going to listen to what the deal is all about? Are you just going to dismiss it? Oh, the deal is huge. He now said, oh, don't you want to hear the amount of money? And I said, okay, how much is it? How much is it? She now said, okay, it's 25 million naira. I just want to work with them for a year. It's a huge deal. And it's just a big deal. He now said, well, tell them I am not interested. I don't want to do it. She now said, why? Why don't you want to do it? It's a big deal. They're not just only into sex enhancement products. They do waist pain. They do joint pain. He said, like, all of that is the same. I'm not interested. She now said, look, why are you doing this? Tell them I'm not interested. And she said, no. Why? Why are you being selfish? He now said, what? I am not going to influence for a sex enhancement company. I will not do that. That means it's against his own philosophy of life. Why would he be influencing for that? Trying to promote illicit sex. They're already doing that anyway. But now he doesn't want to take it further than that. And she doesn't want to listen to him. She said, no way. I will not do this. And so, like, you are being selfish. You're always thinking about yourself. Now, another fight has started. Why are you always thinking about yourself? He now said, but wait a second. You are always making it about yourself too. Yes, I told you. This drama is going to continue because you cannot be taking the milk free and buy the cow. No, that's what's happening here. When you have lost your personal dignity and self-respect, when you cannot keep yourself pure and holy and you get yourself entrapped in this kind of thing, that's what happened. Both of them have done what they call sea finish. That's it. They've eaten all the food that they're supposed to preserve for wedding and everything has gone bust. That's the point. He's like, you are always making things about yourself. She said, look, you are always being selfish. And now he said, look, I am not taking any of this again. I'm not taking any of this. He said, look, you have to listen. Why are you always doing that? Because whatever you've said right now is a joint decision. That means if you say no, I have to say no. And you're being selfish and we need the money. It's a big money. Let's take it. She said, look, everything's not about the money. Some money are not good money. This one is not a good money. I don't want it. I mean, you need to be able to take your stand. Come on. And he said, I don't want this money. And she looked at it because all she was thinking about that life of glamour. I mean, that's like about 2 million plus every month. That's some good money. And all they just have to do is to promote this product, the sex enhancement product. He said, no, I'm not doing this. I am not taking any of this. And I said, okay. So now the trend is for you to walk out when we are talking. She said, no, the trend is I walk out when you start a fight. He said, oh, now it's about me. He said, yes, you are starting a fight and I'm not interested in sticking here with you. He now walked out of her and was like, what is this nonsense? She couldn't believe what is this nonsense happening? She had to grab her head and like, oh, what is going on? Oh, it has started to crumble, my darling. He's here with his friend. And his friend is saying, but you can't continue like this. Are you going to continue your life like this? It doesn't make sense. Why are you doing this? What's going to happen? Are you not going to just break up with her? He said, look, there's nothing that he says that she agrees with everything. It's just a rumble and rumble and rumble. That he can't keep up with this. It's frustrating. It's draining. He's tired. He cannot keep up with this kind of fake life. He's not going to do this. But he just needs space. I said, well, are you not going to just break up with her like that? But you can't. And I said, look, the truth of the matter is that do what is in your heart. Your peace, your happiness, your joy is his concern. Do what comes up in your mind. Whatever you want to do, you can do. He said his house is open to him at every given time. Now, what do you think Zane is going to do? Is he going to break up with her? Or he just want to take off some time and clear his head and then he'll come back to her? We're going to find all of that out in episode 12. But let me tell you something. You see, Jess is already obsessed with social media. She would rather break up with him and start going solo than to try and say no to social media. I can tell you that already because I already told you that that's what's going to happen in episode 11. You can see it's already happening, right? So you just wait and see what's going to happen in episode 12.